Hi guys, today I'll be making a JjoongRami plushie. This is an intermediate level project. The finished plushie will be about 11 inches or 29 centimeters. The materials you will need are some orange yarn, brown and white. And then I'll be also needing some black for details. And I'm using a 4 millimeter hook. You can also use a 3.5. The other materials will be listed here. For the head, I'll be starting with a magic ring, but you can also chain and make a loop. For the first row, we'll be doing 10 single crochet into the magic ring. On the second row, we'll be doing 10 increases. That means 2 single crochet in each stitch. In total, we'll have 20 stitches that way. On the third row, we'll do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. In total, we'll have 30 stitches then. On the fourth row, we'll do 2 single crochet and then 1 increase. In total, we'll have 40 stitches. On the fifth row, we'll do 3 single crochet, 1 increase. So in total, we'll have 50 stitches. On the sixth row, we'll do 4 single crochets and 1 increase, so in total we'll have 60 stitches.
끝.
So don't switch the colors yet. I noticed this way later after I was already done making the plushie and the proportions looked a bit off. So continue row 7 with white yarn. Do 4 single crochets and 1 decrease to bring down the number to 50 single crochets. For row 8, do 3 single crochets and 1 decrease to bring down the number to 40 stitches. Now change the yarn to dark orange. And then for rows 9 and 10, just do 40 stitches to keep the stitch count the same as before. For row 11, do 1 single crochet and 2 decreases. On row 12, do 25 single crochets to keep the stitch count same as before. For row 13, Do 40 single crochet and 1 increase to bring the number up again. For row 14 and 15, just continue doing 30 single crochets. For row 17, do 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. After finishing that row, start adding your stuffing. Make sure to add a little bit more than you think you will need because you have some rows still left. For your 18th row, do 2 single crochets and 1 decrease. For your last 19th row, decrease till it's closed and weave in the end. Head, the white part should be higher like the picture and not like the one in the video. For the stripes on JjoongRami's head, just chain 2 and make sure you make 2 because he has 2 stripes on his forehead. Make sure the chains are very close and tight together. Now finally stitch the stripes onto the head. Start making the ear, chain 3 and then slip stitch the last chain into the first chain to create a loop. Do 5 single crochets into the small loop. On the third row, do 1 single crochet and 1 increase. On the fourth row, just continue doing 7 single crochet. For the fifth row, do 3 decreases and 1 slip stitch to secure and then pull through. Make sure to leave extra yarn to sew the ear onto the head later. Then add a little bit of stuffing in the ear and make sure to sew the ear onto the head very securely so it can't be pulled or ripped off.
126끝.
Inner dark brown parts of JjoongRami's ear with some dark brown yarn and fabric glue. Start the legs, I'm starting with a magic ring, but you can also use chains to create a loop. For the first row, I'm doing 5 single crochet into the magic ring. Second row, do 5 increases, that means 2 single crochets in each stitch. At the start of the third row, switch yarn. From the third to 8th row, continue doing 10 single crochets. You have to make 2 legs, but on one of the legs, add a 9th row with 5 slip stitches, and on the other, don't add the 9th row. This is to make sure when you attach the 2 legs, the legs are even in height. Without the 5 slip stitches, do 2 chains and attach it to the other leg with a slip stitch. Now we're starting the body on top of the legs with 22 single crochets all around. From row 2 to 6, we're going to continue doing 22 single crochets. Now we're going to start doing the hands. So on row 7, do 4 single crochets and then chain 5 to create a hole for the hands. Then skip 2 stitches and slip stitch the 5 chains on the 3rd stitch to complete the hole. Add the stitch marker into the last chain you did. Now for the hands, we're going to do 10 single crochets into the hole we just made and continue doing that for rows 1 to 6.
row, do 1 single crochet, 1 decrease to close the hem. On the 8th row, just decrease as much as you can to close off the hem. Now to continue the body, insert the hook where we left off right after the slip stitch. After that, chain 1 and do 9 single crochets. Then chain 5 and skip 2 stitches and slip stitch to make another hole for the second hat. Make the second hand just like the one before, it's completely same. After making the second hand, continue on to the body. Insert your hook right where you left off after the slip stitch and then continue doing chain 1 and 3 single crochet to end the row. Now to continue the body, do 30 single crochets. Now include the hand as a part of the body. On row 9, we are going to start decreasing, starting with 3 single crochets and then 1 decrease at the base of the hand, 4 single crochets over the hand, 1 decrease at the base of the hand once again, then 9 single crochets again to make the body, then 1 decrease at the base of the hand, then 4 single crochets over the hand, 1 decrease at the base of the hand, and 3 single crochets to end of the row. On the 10th row, continue decreasing. Do 3 single crochets, 1 decrease at the base of the hand, and then 2 single crochets over the hand, 1 decrease at the base of the hand, then 8 single crochets to continue the body, then 1 decrease at the base of the hand, 2 single crochets over the hand, and 1 decrease at the base of the body, and 3 single crochets to end it off. After finishing this row, we're going to stuff the body. On the very last 12th row, do 1 single crochet decrease to bring down the stitch count to 13, and then we're going to sew on the head. Make sure to pull through extra yarn so you can use that to sew the head on. Before sewing, you will see the head has one side where you can see the color change, and the feet also have one side where you can see the color change. So be sure to make the prettier sides at the front and keep the color change visible sides at the back. For the white chest detail, you're going to chain 7, skip 1 chain and single crochet 6. Add a stitch marker to help you keep stitch count. Then continue doing 6 single crochets on the back of the chain. For the second row, you're going to do 2 single crochets, 2 increases, then 2 single crochet, and then another 2 single crochet, and then 2 increase, 2 single crochets. You're going to end up with an oval shape. After the last stitch, pull through and leave extra yarn to sew the detail on. To start the tail, I'm chaining 3 and slip stitching it into the first chain to create a loop. We're going to do 4 single crochets into the second row. In the third row, we're going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase. On the fourth row, we're going to do 2 single crochet, 1 increase. From row 5 to 9, just increase by 4 single crochets in each round. After doing the increases from row 10 to 13, just continue doing 28 single crochets. From row 14 to 17, decrease by 4 in each round. Stop the tail and start doing 18th to 28th row, which is just 12 single crochets in each round. After finishing that, add rest of the stuffing, then add metalware. Before adding the metalware, make sure to tape the sharp end so it doesn't hurt anyone even if it pokes out. And adding the metalware is totally optional. You can also sew the tail onto the back of his head, but then the tail won't have any mobility and be stuck. We're just going to do one more row of 1 single crochet and decreasing all around. For the 2 stripes on his tail, just do 25 chains. Make sure to leave extra yarn to sew the stripes on. Sew the stripes on the opposite sides of the tail, so one stripe is visible from the front and one stripe is visible from the back. After that, sew the tail onto the back of JjoongRami's body. For the face details, I'm just using some fabric glue and yarn. You can also use felt or any other fabric. Here is our finished plushie. I hope this tutorial was helpful to you, and if you have any confusion, you can ask in the comments. The pattern for this plushie will be also available on my Patreon with video and written instructions. I will be making more plushies from the Aniteez line, so let me know which plushie you want me to make next. I hope this video was enjoyable and helpful, and I'll be seeing you later with more videos.